Hello, everyone, and happy holiday planning season. My name is Roxy Young, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Reddit. Thank you all for joining Holiday Unwrapped. I hope that by the end of this session, you'll have all of the information that you need to kick off your campaign on Reddit. I'd like to take a moment to share a few things brands should keep in mind when planning for the holiday season this year. The first thing is this is going to be a big holiday season. Most of us were sheltering in place throughout 2020, and this holiday, people are eager to travel, eager to get together, and excited to give gifts to one another. The expectation is that holiday spending is going to increase this year compared to last year, and in the US, retail spending throughout the holiday season is projected to exceed $1 trillion. The second thing to note is that much of this spending is going to be happening online. Throughout the pandemic, many people started shopping online, even if they hadn't before, because stores were closed. They couldn't get the things that they needed. So new shopping habits developed and new behaviors formed. And we expect that these behaviors are going to continue throughout the holiday season. About 20% of all holiday spending will be online this year. And if we hit that, that'll be a new record and over $200 billion of holiday spend happening online. The third thing to keep in mind is that more than ever, people are turning to online communities like Reddit for trusted information. 86% of people tell us that they trust Reddit when they're researching and learning about new products. And this is because Reddit is a place where real people are talking about their real experiences with products and services. Reddit isn't where influencers are coming to endorse products. Furthermore, 85% of people who are researching that perfect holiday gift on Reddit tell us that they go on to make that purchase. So people trust the information they find on Reddit and they take action on it. Reddit is made up of communities covering every topic from pets to parenting to plants. There are even entire communities focused on giving gifts, like the community Gift Ideas. In this community, people are sharing the gifts that they're giving to make the holiday season extra special, and people are turning to this community for advice and recommendations on the perfect gift for their loved ones. So to wrap this up, pun intended, we expect that spending is going to surge this year. More people are going to be shopping online, and people are also turning to places like Reddit for information that they trust to make that holiday purchase. Reddit is where passionate communities drive action, and we hope that we can connect you with our communities this holiday season. I hope you enjoy the session. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Roxy, and thank you everybody for joining us today. We are super excited to be walking through what makes Reddit unique during the holiday season and how your brand can activate around our passionate communities. Before we jump in, just a quick introduction to our presenters today. My name is Addie Johnson. I'm a business marketing lead here at Reddit, and I am focused on our seasonal moment narratives like holiday. You'll also be hearing from Marissa Bell, who is our marketing insights lead and is the person behind all the data and insights that you will see today. And then lastly, we'll hear from Rodin, who is our creative strategist on the Karma Lab team, which is our in-house creative agency. So a quick look at the agenda. We will start off with what makes Reddit special during the holiday season, and then Marissa will walk us through a deep dive into the holiday path to purchase and what that looks like in our communities. I will give some tips on how to activate your brand this holiday season, and then Rodin will walk us through some holiday creative thought starters. So jumping right in, we did some research this past holiday season to find out what makes Reddit unique and why are users coming here during the holidays. And we found that holiday purchases really start with Reddit research. Users are coming here to do in-depth research about brands and products to find out what gift they should buy. And then they are making decisions based off of what they find on Reddit. We actually saw that 85% of users who did holiday research on Reddit then made a purchase decision based on the information they found. And Reddit really is the #1 place when it comes to holiday research. So 41% of users turned to Reddit last holiday season to find reviews and do product and brand research for their holiday gifts. And this outpaces Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest, and Snapchat, really solidifying Reddit as that go-to place for research. And when it comes to kind of the user perspective, we see that users are turning to their trusted communities to help them find the information they need to make purchase decisions and finding that trusted research they need to feel confident in the decisions they make. And we see this happening across categories. So when it comes to the beauty addicts in communities like r/skincare addiction, where they are asking for the best products for their skin, this particular user says, I trusted people's honest reviews of the product and felt comfortable purchasing since their skincare needs were similar to mine. And then we have the fashion enthusiasts in communities like r/male fashion advice, where they're sharing their latest looks and they're asking for recommendations. This user says, the Reddit community is highly reliable when it comes to recommending and comparing every clothing and footwear brand in the country, making it easy for me to choose the right brand. And then we have the techies in communities like r/suggest a laptop. This user says, through research on Reddit, I found thorough descriptions of the product, which in the end helped me decide which tablet to buy. So you can see across every category, users are feeling they can find trusted information that helps them make their final decision. And with that, I will pass it off to Marissa to give us a look into what this looks like during the holiday season.
Thank you, Addie. As mentioned, I'm Marissa Bell on the Marketing Insights team here at Reddit. I'll take us deeper into the research. Through a custom blind survey commissioned with Susie, we analyzed the holiday path to purchase through 800 US social media users. We found that Reddit is the go-to place for holiday gifting information, whether it is within the discovery phase, where 1 in 2 users say they can find holiday gifting information and advice that they trust on Reddit, to the consideration and decision phase, where 64% of users said Reddit helped them evaluate which product or brands are best for their holiday gift purchase, to finally making a purchase, where 85% of users made a holiday purchase based off of their research on Reddit. Within this thread, a Redditor shares a picture of a homemade terrarium that they made as gifts for their loved ones. Fellow Redditors were inspired by the gift idea and asked how they could make the unique personalized gifts for their own families. The poster shared various methods on how to recreate their terrarium and listed out retailers that sell the required materials to build the plants. Reddit is the place for discovery when considering holiday gifts, as shown with this terrarium inspiration, with 1 in 2 users saying they can find holiday gifting information and advice that they trust on Reddit. I don't know about you, but I buy myself a present every holiday as I'm already in the gifting mood. We've all been there. You decide to buy a laptop and there are approximately a million different choices on the market from various prices, brands, and models, and many hardware aspects I do not understand. Reddit is the source of truth that really guides gift consideration, with 64% of users saying Reddit helped them evaluate which products and brands are best for holiday gifts. This user in the community, Suggest a Laptop, shares out a detailed gift guide, providing links and explanations for laptops at various different price points. Many Redditors shared their thanks in addition to asking clarifying questions on some of the laptop models suggested. The last person in the Suggest a Laptop community shared their recommendations, while this Redditor is seeking recommendations from their beauty community. People go to Reddit to help them choose what products and brands to buy for their loved ones during the holidays. This user in Makeup Addiction community is asking all of their fellow beauty enthusiasts what eyeshadow palette she should get for her sister. As always, the community has ample advice on which specific eyeshadow palettes and brands are best. Finally, Reddit is the place where people confirm their purchase decisions and advocate for the amazing gifts they bought or received. 85% of users who did holiday research on Reddit made a purchase. On the left, one person shares a picture and gushes about their new Samsung Galaxy Watch, while another Redditor brags in the sneaker subreddit about their new kicks they got from their brother. A fellow sneakerhead complimented the design of the shoe and shared they had also received sneakers as a gift this holiday season. As you can see, Redditors are researching holiday gifts across all sectors, whether that's new clothes and shoes, electronics, home goods, gaming, or entertainment. The Reddit audience has broad buying behaviors. Our communities are diverse in their interests, which gives someone looking for specific gift advice many different places to search. I'll be passing it off to Addie for ways to activate on Reddit.
Thank you, Marissa. I will now walk you guys through some tips on how you can activate your brand and reach these passionate communities during the holiday season. So when you look at the full holiday season from October to December, we've put together a sort of holistic campaign strategy based on these insights. So in October, we see that this is when users are really in that discovery mindset. They are starting to think about holiday and starting to think about what gifts they might buy. We actually see a 2.7x increase in daily shopping and gifting conversations in October as users are starting to plan for the holiday season. So this is a great time to get in front of our audience as they're exploring holiday purchase options. And it's also a great time to take advantage of auction efficiency before the height of the holiday season and before that competition really kicks in. Moving into November, users start to move into that consideration mindset. Again, we see 64% of users say Reddit helps them evaluate which brands or products are best for their holiday gift. And in this time frame, we know they are really starting to dig deeper into what products or what brands they want to buy. So this is a great time to really inform and engage the community in order to drive consideration leading up to the peak of the holiday season. And that holiday peak time frame is really Thanksgiving through Cyber Mondays, where we're seeing the most purchases happen. And again, we've seen this metric: 85% of users who did holiday research on Reddit made a purchase based on that research. And so this is a great place to reach them as they are in the height of that purchase season and really drive action and results for your brands. And then lastly, we have December, our kind of last minute shoppers. And this is a great time to continue to drive awareness through the end of the holiday season. Now, taking a little closer look at that holiday peak time period. So this is Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday, where we're seeing the peak of purchase. And then Christmas is really another time where we're seeing a lot of conversation as the holiday season comes to a close. So starting on the left-hand side with Thanksgiving, we actually see a 20% increase in visitors to the cooking interest group in November as users are sharing recipes, they're asking for advice and sharing their meals. And just a quick overview on what we mean by interest group. So at Reddit, interest groups are our primary sort of mechanism for targeting. They are made up of a collection of related communities. So within the cooking interest group, there are a number of communities that are related to cooking where users are sharing content. And so interest groups really allow you to reach passionate communities at scale. Moving into Black Friday, we see a massive increase in shopping and gifting conversations on Black Friday as users are sharing deals and where to find, the best product at the best price. Small Business Saturday, we know that 39% of our users plan to buy holiday gifts from small or local businesses. So if you are a small business, this is a great place to promote your brand to users. Cyber Monday, well over half of our users are deal seekers who spend time looking for the best deal. So, Black Friday and Cyber Monday are really peak times for them. And then lastly, Christmas, we see over 50,000 different communities talking about Christmas on Reddit, whether that's, sharing how they're celebrating, or as Marissa pointed out in those examples, sharing gifts that they have gotten from their loved ones. There is a wide range of conversation happening. So now we will look at how to activate against each of these phases. So in the discovery phase, this is again a great time to get in front of users as they're starting to explore what gifts they might buy. So in terms of ad products, we recommend promoted video or promoted post with static image here to really drive awareness. On the right-hand side, you can see an example of what our promoted video ad product looks like. And it has all of the features of a sort of standard organic Reddit video. And it's also autoplay in feed. So it really maximizes the potential for users to see your video. And another thing to consider in kind of the awareness phase of the journey is our high impact takeover. So we have a number of takeover products available. This is a managed only offering. So if you want to learn more, you can contact Reddit Sales and we'll follow up with a way to do that if you don't have a contact already. And then in terms of bid types, here we recommend CPV if you want to optimize towards views, or CPM if you want to optimize towards reach. And then in terms of targeting, as I mentioned, interest group targeting is really the best way to reach passionate communities at scale. We have about 15 categories, and within each of those categories, there are a number of subcategories if you want to reach a more niche group of communities. And one call out here is just to opt into audience expansion so that you can extend your campaign reach and find more users like the ones you have selected in your targeting. Moving into the consideration phase. So this is a great time to inform and engage the community and drive consideration ahead of the peak of the holiday season. Here we're recommending promoted carousel and promoted post. The promoted carousel you can see on the right-hand side is a newer format that we have recently launched. And this is a really great way to show users your full suite of products and really inform them about what's valuable about your brand. In terms of bid types, recommend CPM or CPC if you want to optimize towards clicks. And then again, interest group targeting is really the best way to reach these users in their various passionate communities. And then lastly, that purchase phase of the journey. Here we are recommending promoted posts with a clear CTA. So you can see on the right-hand side here, we have a shop now CTA with some copy that is promoting deals for Redditors. And we have a number of different CTAs you can choose from depending on what your sort of key objective or action is. And then we also recommend testing out promoted post and conversations. So this is a newer ad format as well, and it allows you to reach users when they are engaging in a particular post and reading through comments. And it really allows you to reach a whole new set of users. Another call out here is to install the Reddit pixel. So when you are setting up your campaign, installing the Reddit pixel will allow you to optimize towards actions that really matter to your brand and your campaign. In terms of bid types, recommend CPC if you want to optimize for conversions, and CPM if you want to extend your reach. And then in terms of targeting, Reddit pixel retargeting is a great way to reach your most engaged users and drive action in the purchase phase. With that, I will pass it over to Roden, who is going to walk us through some holiday thought starters and some creative ways to execute against this campaign strategy that we just walked through.
Great, thanks, Addie. Hi, everyone. I'm Roden, and I'm a creative strategist on the Karma Lab team. Karma Lab is Reddit's in-house creative team, and I work with brands to come up with creative solutions to help them reach their objectives. Now that we've heard about the power of Reddit's communities and how to activate, I'll be taking you through some creative thought starters on how to engage a Reddit audience this festive season. The first concept is called Turn Browsing into Shopping, where we'll be bringing the physical and digital world together through the promoted carousel. The promoted carousel allows brands to host up to 6 images, each with a unique click-through URL. With this in mind, you can use the promoted carousel to create an online window shopping experience, mimicking that of real life, where you can show off a variety of your products and services. Second concept is the mega gift guide, where you can create and present a rich story, or in this case, a great gift guide. A mega thread is essentially a promoted post, but with a large canvas that allows you to host a variety of assets such as images, videos, GIFs, and even hyperlinks all in one space. Take advantage of this format and tailor your gift guides by your audience, and you'll have relevant content for every community on Reddit. The third concept is the holiday wish list. As mentioned by Marissa, people are already talking about gifts and wish lists, so it's a no-brainer to tap into this organic behavior and join in on the conversation. You can do this with an engagement prompt. An engagement prompt is essentially a promoted post with comments on, which allows your brands to ask users what they'd like this holiday season, who they're buying for, or what they're looking forward to the most. It's a very simple activation, but it allows your brand to have a conversation with Redditors whilst adding immense value to the community. Now, the final concept is one called Gather Around the Table. It's where you can bring communities together and spark value conversations with a promoted AMA. Now, for those who don't know, an AMA stands for Ask Me Anything, where someone invites the community to literally ask them anything. This inherently Reddit activation is a great way to humanize your brand and engage your audience during the holiday season. Now, bear in mind, it doesn't have to be a celebrity or a massive influencer, just someone with a unique perspective and passion for your product or brand. Perfect. Now, that wraps up the holiday thought starters, and now we're going to host a Q&A session.
Hi, everyone. That was awesome. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, let's get into some questions. Let's see what we have here. So yeah, we got a few questions about promoted carousel. So why don't we jump into those first? So can you only use static images for promoted carousel? And I'll also wrap in this other question. Does the Reddit carousel post automatically scroll, or does the user have to click to see the next image?
I can take that one. So the promoted carousel actually can host either image or GIF. So you can have up to 6 images and or GIFs, and then it is click to swipe to the next image or GIF.
All right, thanks. Okay, cool. So there's a few questions. There's a lot of questions here, but we're gonna try to focus it just on holiday, and we'll get to anything that we missed in the follow-up Reddit ads post. So everyone will still get an answer. I did see one here about someone had said they had missed a few minutes of the session. So no problem. I'm going to send out a recap email after, and it'll include a recording of the video. And then next week, because this is like a sneak peek of the Holiday Hub, you'll be able to find the all the materials on the Holiday Hub next week. But yes, there will be a recording that I'll send over after this. Okay, cool. We have some other questions here about targeting. What are some interest groups that you recommend targeting for holiday?
Yeah, I can also take that one. So there's a few different ways that you can approach this. There are 15 different parent categories that are made up of a number of subcategories. So first, you can find those interest groups within the ads UI, and you can look at which groups are most relevant to your product or brand. And then secondly, we do know that there are a number of interest groups that kind of spike in terms of holiday conversations. So those top indexing interest groups include video gaming, consumer electronics, fashion trends, and entertainment. So those are our top 5 in terms of top conversation around the holidays. And those are also great places to target if you want to be around that conversation.
Okay, cool. And thank you, Addie. And then we have another one here about mega threads. How many videos can you use in a mega thread?
I'll take this one. Yeah, so a mega thread, as I mentioned, can host a variety of assets. The maximum amount of videos that you can have in one mega thread is limited to 5, but we definitely recommend utilizing a variety of assets such as text, videos, GIFs, and images to create a rich storytelling. So once again, 5 videos max for one single mega thread.
All right, nice. There's also one here about a promoted AMA. So where exactly can you host a promoted AMA?
Yeah, I'll take that one as well. So promoted AMA can basically be housed or hosted in two locations. The first one is probably the most simplest and most effective is on your brand profile. So just basically post the AMA as you would a regular post on your brand profile. The second location is in a specific community. Obviously, that community would have to be relevant to your AMA. So for example, Camp Cove, it is all about camping in the great outdoors. So a great community to host that AMA would be within the one of many camping communities that we have. So just to recap, two locations that you can host your AMA on your brand profile or within a specific community on Reddit.
Yeah, I love these kind of AMAs that you guys have run. They're always so interesting and super fun. And I think a good point that you had called out, Rodin, is that it's not just, it doesn't have to be a top exec. It just can be someone that's actually interesting. It doesn't have to be a blogger or an influencer. I think we did one with, this was a while back, but with Welch's Grapes about like, what was it? It was like someone who, I forgot. It was someone who like works in for Welch's Grapes, not an exec, not a marketing person. It was a person that, you actually want to know what the day-to-day of that company is like. So I think it's always a really fun way to make the brand more human.
Yeah, definitely. And just to like echo that point, like as mentioned by Kat, it doesn't need to be a big celebrity or an influencer. People on Reddit here are gathered into communities based around interests. So people are interested in particular categories and what actually interests them. So having someone with a particular skill or niche area of expertise or craft works extremely well. So for example, someone from manufacturing or someone from design who's actually designing the products, creating the flavors, that's going to be more interesting than, an influencer who's just going to be talking about, mainly themselves. So mainly a person with craft and expertise is a great person to have for an AMA.
Yes, definitely. And then I think we have another one. I thought this was a really great question about interest groups. It got a little cut off, but I'm gonna freestyle it. I think I know what you're trying to ask. Are interest groups people subscribed to those subreddits? So interest groups is a type of way we can target people. So are interest groups people subscribe to those subreddits, or have they been engaging with the posts in that subreddit?
Yeah, I will take that one. So our interest group targeting is determined by user behavior. So it allows you to target an audience based on the content and communities they join, visit, or engage with. So it's not only communities that they've subscribed to, but also ones that they have visited or engaged with.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely just following that. I think that's what a big part of Reddit is that, with so many people and different interests, you're following the actual person, not just like the exact type of targeting. I see another question here about benchmarks, which I will say they are very hard to pull together because it always depends on your campaign, your length of your campaign, your creative. And like, I'm glad that you mentioned this too, like CPC or CVR. So for example, a CPC focused campaign, you might have a higher click-through rate, whereas a CVR campaign, you might have lower click-through rate. So really just comparing against yourself is a good way to capture your performance. But I will send some additional information about that because that is a question we get very often. Let's see. I think that we are nearly at time. But yeah, so like I said, there will be a follow-up email that will include this recording. And then we will also point you guys to the Holiday Hub, which will have all the awesome information that we shared with you guys today. So stay tuned for that. And I'll have a Reddit ads follow-up post in that community subreddit so that you guys can kind of like do a quick recap and I can answer any of the remaining questions there. But yeah, just wanted to thank you guys all for coming and thank our lovely speakers. Yeah, that's it. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Everyone.